Good day, children. Our today's lesson is reading and measuring temperature with problem solving, and you are expected to read and measure temperature using thermometer in degrees Celsius and solve routine and non-routine problems involving temperature in real-life situation. Temperature is a crucial role in a medical care, both human and animals, food, beverages, and agriculture. Our overall health is often reliant upon the temperature in many ways as well. Temperature is the hotness or coldness of a body object. It can be expressed in degrees Celsius. A temperature is an instrument for measuring temperature. A unit for measuring temperature is the degree Celsius. So in this illustration, here is the glass tube, and the function of it is holds the glass bulb. So this is the glass bulb, and the glass bulb contains the mercury. Then we have the scale, so that we know what is the reading of the temperature. And the other part is the ethanol, liquid inside the bulb, as you can see here, which rises when hot and goes down when it is cool. So thermometer consists of a glass attached to a glass tube with a number, a scale. The liquid in the bulb rises or drops when the temperature changes. So look at this. The ethanol rises when hot and goes down when it is cold. So the liquid inside. So the normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, our normal body temperature. And the boiling point of a water is 100 degrees Celsius. And the freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius. Each space in the number scale represents 1 degree. The number below 0 are written with a negative sign, like this. To read a thermometer, find the level of the liquid or the ethanol. So look at this. So in this illustration, here is the scale. So when the reading reaches to 30 degrees Celsius, our day is hot day. And when it is 0 degrees Celsius, so water may freezes. So when the reading reaches to 100, so the water tendency is to boil. Then when it reaches to 70, so the reading of this thermometer is 70 degrees Celsius. And our normal body temperature may reach in this line the 37 degrees Celsius. And our normal room temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. And a cold day is negative 10 degrees Celsius, below 0. So here is an example. What is temperature being shown? So in this thermometer, the liquid inside this thermometer is below 50, and that is 48 degrees Celsius. So for our example number 2, Emmanuel is not feeling well after their trip to Laguna. So his mother used a thermometer to measure his temperature. The normal body temperature of a person is 37 degrees Celsius. Observing the thermometer below, how many degrees is Emmanuel's temperature higher than the normal body temperature? So here is our solution. It shows from the temperature that Emmanuel has a body temperature of 38 degrees Celsius. So here in thermometer below 40. Since the normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, so we have the Emmanuel's temperature is 38.4 minus 37 degree, the normal body temperature, and the answer is 1.4 degrees Celsius. Therefore, Emmanuel's body temperature is 1.4 degrees Celsius higher than the normal body temperature. So for our next learning task, so you are able to read the temperature shown in each thermometer, and you will write your answer below each illustration. So here is number 1. The liquid is in this position. Number 2, 100 in this position. Number 3, number 4, and number 5. So move on to learning task number 2. So what are you going to do here? Choose what you think is the temperature of the following. So you will choose what is the temperature of number 1, which is hot water. Is it A, B, or C? Number 2, a person with fever. Is it A, 30 degree, B, 35 degree Celsius, or 40 degrees Celsius? Number 4, ice cold tea. Then number 4, bread in oven. And number 5, ice canned tea. So for our learning task number 3, use the facts in the table below to solve the problem. So in our table, we have here the element and the melting point. Under element, we have the gold and lead. So ginto at tingga. The melting point is 1064.43 degrees Celsius. So you can melt this gold in this kind of temperature, and you can melt the lead element to 327.5 degrees Celsius. So here is the question: how much hotter is the temperature needed to melt gold than the temperature needed to melt lead? So that is the question. So let's further answer the other question. What is asked in the problem? Number 2, what are the facts given? 3, what operation will be used? And number 4, how is the solution done? And number 5, what is the answer? So for our learning task number 4, so here is the things that you need to do. Letter A, tell if each statement is true or false. You will only tell true or false. Number 1, Bea had a fever. Her temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. Number 2, the water is boiling. Its temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. 3, people feel comfortable when the temperature is 48 degrees Celsius. Okay, we have 3 questions for true or false. Then for letter B, solve the following problem. So I will read it for you. Number 1, the temperature of Gatig, Santa Cruz, Laguna at 1 p.m. was 32 degrees Celsius. Between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m., the temperature dropped 3.2 degrees Celsius. What is the temperature at 5 p.m.? Number 2, how many degrees is 26 degrees Celsius lower than 48 degrees Celsius? Which of the two is the colder temperature? And number 3, a freezer is set at 0 degrees Celsius. Corina reset it to 85.5 degrees Celsius. Did the temperature in the freezer rise or drop by how many degrees? And now for your assessment, letter A, shade the thermometer based on the indicated temperature. So you will shade this thermometer. So number 1 is 20 degrees Celsius. So how are you going to shade 20 degrees Celsius from this thermometer? The other one is 97 degrees Celsius. And number 3, 15 degrees Celsius. So the other problem to be answered. Number 1, if the temperature at 11 in the morning is 28.5 degrees Celsius and became 32.7 degrees Celsius, what was the average temperature? Number 2, Lino temperature this morning was 38.2 degrees Celsius. After 2 hours, his temperature was 39.5 degrees Celsius. Did he get better or worse? How many degrees this did? his temperature rises. So, I hope you learned from today's lesson. See you in our next lesson.